So welcome all. Welcome to Michael, and then sorry if I get your last name wrong, Bieliski from LizardFS. The floor is yours.
Switch it.
Now? I can hear myself. Okay, so we had some problem connecting my other notebook, so I don't have the introductory slides. What I just want to show is I'm the community manager for LizardFS, and we are basically a distributed file system. And what I just wanted to show was how easy it is to set it up. Yeah, I have another talk tomorrow in the SDS dev room where I explain for 45 minutes how it all works. But for me, the most important part of our project is it's just a 10-minute job to set it up. Right, so I just prepared a couple of containers to set up the system. The system consists out of always a metadata server and a couple of chunk servers. What I prepared the prepared containers already have the packages on because I didn't know if the network would be working. 2 years ago I had the experience that it didn't, so I didn't want to risk that. Yeah, that's basically it. So I will first create a master server. Is that visible? I think I move it a bit here.
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying. Huh?
You can, sorry, we can't help you with that, but you can go to the live stream and watch it there on your device.
Can I make it bigger? Yeah, probably. Just don't know. No. Anyway, so, but I think it will be so simple that there is not that much that you cannot see. So, by default, the system assumes that the master server is called MFS master. So most of my configuration is just to add an entry into the host file for MFS master. And then just go into the configuration directory and copy over the sample configuration files. So this is all too small for me. And then copy over an empty metadata file in the MFS directory. And then all I have to do is start. Oh, wait. I still have to let the master server own the stuff, and then all I have to do is start the master server. So, now I have a running master server. You can't read that. Where is it?
Can you turn off the lights?
Yeah, I can't.
Reverse the colors of the camera.
No. Yeah, it doesn't work. I tried that already. Wrong desktop for me. Yeah, I wanted to present it on the Apple, but the converter to VGA doesn't work. So. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Can you turn off the lights? It might be easy to read.
I can't do it, so.
Not the lights.
Yeah, I cannot do it. And I have all the links on the other computer, so.
2 points.
Yeah, I can't.
Between the zeros.
I don't see it myself. Great. No infields. No. And I have to start the monitoring service as well. What?
You forgot a V. Why V, buddy?
Blind typing. Let me see what port it's running on 425. Okay. Yeah, still not working. Und jetzt auf 5. What am I doing? What is wrong? Okay.
Isn't it 21?
Huh?
Isn't it 21? 9421.
No. It's 9425. At least that's what it writes here. But I can't see it. Great. Not my keyboard. It's 9425. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm stupid. Right. Yeah. So yeah, I can see that my master server is running, right? That's all I wanted to show. I just tried it on the wrong machine. Anyway, so what I do next is connect a chunk server. Yeah.
Could you maybe increase the text a little bit?
If I would do that on that machine, on my machine, that would be simpler, but on that one, I don't know how.
Try control right.
Anyway. I have to get a different converter for tomorrow. So, what I did on the chunk server is basically the same entry in the hosts file. I think that's visible. It's just for the MFS master, so that the chunk server can find its the metadata server. Hey! Okay. Yeah, the MFS master entry is not that hard to see. So the container has the chunk server package installed. It's just on Debian, it's apt-get LizardFS chunk server, and on CentOS, it's the same stuff with yum, right? And again, I prepared a directory for the chunk server where it can keep its chunks. It's called LizardFS1. And all I have to do now is see the right keys in the dark and just tell the chunk server where it can find its stuff. So I just put here the directory. That would be fun. And just copy over the default files and start the chunk server. Oops. It's probably running already. So, I go back to my monitoring. I see my chunk server. Here I can see my chunk server. I can see that it has a disk. And that's basically all. What I can do next is add another chunk server. Well, this chunk server is CentOS. I have another chunk server that's running on Debian. So I do exactly the same thing. So I see the keys.
No, it was been self-BI.
I really don't care. That won't work. So now I have a second one running on CentOS. Now, let me see if I manage to connect a dark client. So for my client, I do exactly the same with a host file, so that it can find the metadata server. And then I just tell him to where, yeah. I set him up where he has to mount, where he should mount the distributed file system. And just tell him, go ahead and do it. Oops. Yeah, there it is. So I basically now have a mounted distributed file system on 2 servers. That was all. Any questions? No questions.
Any questions?
Yes.
That's a very silent question.
Yeah.
Thank you for the talk. Is there any portability? Is it easy to port over to, say, BSD family, or is it straight Linux?
You can run it on any Linux, you can run it on any BSD. I run it on Solaris. You can probably run it on HBUX as well. I didn't try, but it shouldn't be that much of a problem. AIX should work as well. There is a commercial Windows client, and there is a commercial tape chunk server, so that you could basically talk to a tape library like to a chunk server.
Thank you. So we have time for one more question. Anybody? Well, if there are no more questions, then thank you all, and thank you, Alexander.
Cool.